Hey guys, this is CWhat, and I'm currently running a video game giveaway over on my channel. You can find out about the giveaway here, or you can check out my channel here. Have fun!
Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and if you couldn't tell from that little 10-second teaser, this is our very first sponsored video. So we're super excited. Like he said, go ahead and subscribe to him and check out his videos. And we'll talk about that a little more closer to the end of the video. So getting right into it, WWE Immortals Update 2.1 hit. So that comes with some new characters and some new stuff. So the online multiplayer event is for Evolved Roman Reigns. The character challenge is for Mad Scientist Bray Wyatt.
Repeat.
Yeah.
And almost over.
And the Triple H pack now contains Voodoo Bray Wyatt instead of Mad Scientist Bray Wyatt, as it should have. So they fixed that. And also Evolved Big E.
Alright, and if you were wondering how to get the Triple H pack, it's the same as before. You just have to start Injustice from the very beginning.
Start WWE Immortals, sorry.
Oh, did I say?
Don't worry.
Sorry. You start it from the beginning without any internet connection, and then you should be able to see all the packs in your store, including the Triple H pack. And Evolved Big E is the first gold Big E. There's a bronze and silver already, and he has probably one of the worst passes I've ever seen. So once per match, when Big E is below 15% health, he will automatically tag out. I can't imagine how that would actually be useful. It would break the flow of your fight.
Yeah, it's basically auto AI for doing something which you might not want to do, and for something which you definitely would be able to do yourself if you did want to do it.
And the only time you wouldn't, if it were to trigger automatically when you didn't want to, would be if you were going to tag out during the cooldown period. But I can't imagine a situation where you've just been knocked down to that much health that quickly, you'd want to tag out that fast.
Yeah. In Mortal Kombat X, the Faction Wars is a normal season. The current character challenge is for Bone Shaper Chinook, and there is a new pack.
Now, for most people who've been playing for a while, this won't matter. But for people starting out, this is actually a great pack of Silver Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, and Cassie Cage, mainly because Cassie Cage is one of the best silvers when she takes advantage of her passive, where her family gives her a boosted attack and boosted health, and she's a pretty good character in her own right.
Yeah. And in the third corner, we have Injustice. The current online battle is for Metahuman the Flash, and just a reminder, you need to be in the top 3% or higher, not the top 5% or higher, as it was for Ares and Batgirl. The current character challenge is Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman, and the current gear set is the LexCorp gear set until the 21st.
Alright, so before we get into all our questions this week, which are all about glitches, one thing we should mention about glitches, there always seem to be a lot of people who are commenting on glitch videos saying, this glitch is patched, when what they really mean is, I couldn't get it to work. So just, be aware of that when you see a glitch video, we try to be really good about updating the title and the description and sometimes the thumbnail about what's going on. The other thing is, most glitches cannot be patched without an update. Most glitches, you can't do anything about it because it has to do with your onboard game and not to do with the server.
Yeah, especially because almost all the glitches that we're doing are ones that can be done exclusively offline.
Right.
It has to be in the code.
And what some people are probably waiting for, what's still working, the overselling glitch absolutely is working, the challenge reset absolutely working. If you have trouble with it, you can use the alternate or the troubleshooting that we have at the end of the video. And we're still waiting on the early access packs, or the EAPs, to disappear before being able to test the promotion glitch again, which is what we've mentioned in the description of those videos.
And we can move right into our Q&A. So the first question is from Teddy Mineau, and he says, you guys found a great glitch, but I think you should take this video down. I followed the instructions perfectly and it worked, but now I cannot do Play Now mode. Every time I try, it brings me to the store. So now I have to never Play Now again or lose an account I've been playing on for years.
So this was a comment on the most recent 2.8.1 power credit glitch, and I'm going to read what we originally posted and maybe just have a few extra words too. So we wrote, you should watch the video. Based on what you're saying, you didn't hear or chose to ignore the advice we gave in this video. In the video, we clearly explain how to make sure you're able to restore your progress if you can't get this glitch to work right.
As part of the steps.
Right. Explain why the situation that you're describing happens, and talk about a solution for your exact problem if you happen to ignore the first two tips. So there are a bunch of people who have filmed and publicized this glitch. None of them include information about recovering from, avoiding, and fixing the problems that can happen. Actually, maybe they do. We don't watch all of them, but given how much shorter they are, it's safe to assume that they do a half-assed job of it if they do it at all. So we shouldn't be taking that video down. Everyone else should be taking theirs down.
And just as a comment, because everybody watching this is going to be people who watch us on a regular basis, it's almost freeing to just be able to not have to reply to any of those comments, because almost all of them now are from people who didn't actually properly watch the video.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess I'm sort of torn, right? Because the problem is when you have comments like this, people who are coming to it for the first time will see the comments, and I guess I always feel like a little bit judged by how people, I don't know, if you're watching a video, an instructional video, and you saw a bunch of comments like that, what would you think?
To be honest, I never really check the comments. You can usually tell from video quality alone, which is what I hope people do with us. But, you know, there's nothing we can do. At the end of the day, we try to do the best video that we can, and the most instructional one, and how it turns out really isn't up to us.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, our next question comes from, or this isn't a question, this is an editorial, from Kieran Taiz, and he says, I find it quite funny they need to script what they say in their videos. Haha. Wrong there, but you know.
And this was on our alternate challenge reset video, and again what we originally posted was, mental note, Kieran Taiz thinks that preparing before filming an instructional video is worthy of scorn. So I guess it's sort of about glitches and sort of about the fact that, I don't know, I guess I could totally get, you know, our play videos, let's play videos, it makes sense to just go with the flow, but I don't know, maybe we're preaching to converted here because the people who are watching this actually are regulars, but it makes a lot of sense to be prepared and make sure you don't miss any points if you're trying to explain to people how to do stuff. Otherwise, what's the point, right?
Mm-hmm. So, just before we get into the last thing that we're going to cover, I do want to talk a little bit more about See What's channel. We fulfilled our obligation to him in displaying the video at the beginning, and there's going to be a short one at the end, but I do actually want to personally talk about his channel and some of the reasons why I think that you guys as viewers would like it, because I do think that you will. So I wanted to check him out, obviously, at first, because we wanted to make sure that, you know, he was quality and he was, you know, dedicated to YouTube. And I watched one of his videos, planning to just watch a couple minutes. It was him playing GTA 5 with one of his friends. And I watched the whole 19-minute video because I was just genuinely enjoying the whole experience, and I enjoyed it all the way through. So, I've watched a couple more of his videos, and they all seem good. Like, their editing is tight.
If you can't tell from the bumpers, which are way better video quality than ours.
Like, his editing is really good, and better than ours has ever been, really. He cuts things in.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean don't stop watching us, but, you know.
Yeah, so he cuts things in to make sure that you're really just getting the action and you're just getting the good parts. And when he's playing with his friend, at least, I haven't watched too many videos of him playing by himself, but when he's playing with his friend, they have interesting and fun chemistry, and they really make the video more interesting because they're talking. It's not just the playing, they're actually adding something actively to the video and the way they interact with each other. So, and also they both feature Canadian personalities, their channel and our channel, so that's a little bit of the spillover. So you guys might not be the same audience. If you want to support us, you can go over there and subscribe to him, because, you know, that means that this sponsorship has been more successful. But also, if you think you might enjoy that kind of thing, I think you should genuinely check his channel out, because I was surprised, but happily surprised by how great his videos were, and they were really, really fun to watch, and he does deserve more of an audience than he's reached at this point. And so hopefully this can help him, and hopefully you guys can help him a little bit.
So if you looked at the thumbnail and the title, and you've been waiting for the big reveal of KIMOTA, we're finally going to talk about that, because we've got, I guess, not a slow week, but a shorter week as far as questions goes.
Yeah, so KIMOTA comes from the comic book Miracle Man.
And that was our clue. It was Michael Moran, because in Miracle Man, it's a great comic. We've actually recommended it before in one of our previous videos.
Yeah.
It's a classic comic book, a great one from, I believe, originally the 80s. in Warrior magazine in the UK. It was brought over here by Eclipse, and it was lost to copyright fights for decades until they were sorted out very recently, the last couple of years. And the idea is, Michael Moran is a guy who is an ordinary reporter, and what he's forgotten and realizes at the beginning, spoiler alert if you're going to read it, that he was a superhero called Miracle Man, and the way he changes back and forth between being ordinary and a superhero is by saying his magic word, KIMOTA.
Which is like atomic phonetically backwards.
Yeah.
And so originally it was an inside joke because, you know, we were transforming, so it's YouTube,
Right.
not YouTube.
Right. At the end of our video, we were no longer YouTubers, YouTube personalities, internet-tainers, whatever. So that was the joke, and I guess we just got into the habit of it, and we just sort of...
Yeah, we changed from BDCKR Gaming 1 and BDCKR Gaming 2, or BDCKR Gaming Guys, the other ones, whichever one, into our actual names and personalities.
Yeah. So in maybe a couple months ago, we gave the clue and offered a bit of a contest for whoever could figure it out first. And the guy who figured it out was just happy with figuring it out and did not want the prize. So we didn't feel any urgency to film this until now.
Yeah, so now you know. That's a little bit of greater understanding of what we do here. So this would be the part where we normally would say KIMOTA, but because this is a sponsored video, we've got a wonderful little clip to show you instead.
Oh.
And we'll do that right after this fight.
What's interesting about Red Lantern Hal Jordan is that even after being nerfed, he still presents a bit of an interesting problem when you fight against him, because the computer, the AI, can actually still do a special 3 right away, and if your first guy has any kind of vulnerability and you rely on him for anything, then he could really hurt you. So the good thing is the AI tags him out pretty quick, and what you're seeing here is getting smoked by my absolute favorite team.
Yeah, so see what will play us out.
This video is sponsored by See What. Come check out the video game giveaway that's on until April 20th at the video below. See What? It's Australian for yellin'.